Hello everyone, this is Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. As you know, at the beginning of every week, it's Monday here in Australia, I think Sunday perhaps in some other spaces of the world. I actually like to do a Tarotscopes for the week. I do that because I really enjoy it. I have always enjoyed the sun signs. I've been very aware of my own sun sign, the sun signs of others. I've been one of those people, probably in my younger days, not so much now, who have asked people in social situations, so what is your sun sign? I do enjoy having a look at that, and I know other people do as well. So let's have a look at them for this week. I think the energies for this week are, something could be coming forward really, generally speaking. Something that you've been waiting for might come through for you. I do feel it is a time, though, to have a critical look at what you need to. I was discussing this with a friend over lunch yesterday, and she's just been through a cathartic process where she has really thrown out a lot of clutter. She's decluttered and she's feeling so much better for it. She's also examining, she's looking at mindfulness, including, in relation to financial outgoings as well. And that whole decluttering and looking, what does she really need that third cup of coffee each day, from the cafe? Things, smaller things, just a little bit more mindfulness. Would she be better off with a green tea? Now that's me speaking as well, because this week I'm going to take a good hard look at what is going in and what is going out across many levels, including the healing properties that we can actually put into our bodies. When I was undergoing radiation during my cancer journey, I'm okay now, but it was a long, hard journey. I drank a lot of green tea, and I really did do well in my therapies. So I'm taking a good time to revisit all that stuff. I'm going to take a good look at what is healing in my life and what is not. I'm also going to take a leaf out of my friend's book, and what a wonderful book to take from. We've been friends for a long time. I value my friendships, and I'm going to be decluttering as well, and just living more simply, perhaps taking some time away from social media a little bit as well. I'm not, I'll still be doing YouTube videos, I'll still be doing other things, but I'm actually going to be doing some planning going forward, because things are coming through fairly quickly. I'm getting quite a lot of downloads at the moment, and I do need to take some time to protest that. I hope I'm not. I always say that I'm the reluctant light worker. Hopefully I'm not protesting that, but I do need some time to actually start to process what is being given to me. A lot more mindfulness for me this week. So back to the energy of the week. I think it's actually going to be quite a happy week, but I think there are caveats for me anyway, that I'll be looking at what needs to go, what needs to be decluttered, and also the quality that I'm actually surrounding myself with. So hence I picked up my crystal stones as before the reading, because I often have these around me when I'm reading, and they've got quite a significant current through them. Crystals are quite an interesting area to go into. Those that have looked at crystals, I'd be more than happy for you to comment on your experiences. I think we need to get these discussions going. There's a lot more than just worrying about our finances in life. We have been given a wonderful mind, a wonderful heart, wonderful connection with spirit, and life can be so interesting when you do use those to their fullest, to their fullest extent. So hence the happiness that's coming forward this week, I think, for a lot of people. So that being said, let's bring the laptop down and let's go through the sun signs, and let's have a little bit of fun. As I said, I do enjoy this, and I hope you do too. Thank you. Okay, so as usual, We'll start with Aries, the ram, the fire sign. Aries, the ram, the fire sign. Let me give this a good shuffle because I did a lot of talking at the front of this video. A good shuffle here. Aries, the ram. Aries, the ram. What's coming up for Aries? Aries, the ram. Okay, they might be taking some decisive action this week. I'm just getting, there's sort of a little bit of a line in the sand for Aries, and they're going to be enforcing it. They won't have any problem enforcing it either, by the way. Aries are, as I said, a fire sign, and they're ruled by Mars, so they can be quite feisty and courageous. So yeah, Aries will be coming forward in some way, drawing that line in the sand this week. Okay, what are the general conditions for Aries this week, Spirit? What are the general conditions, Aries? Okay, so straight up we've got they're carrying more than their fair share. This is someone who's carrying quite a good deal of a burden here. The ten of Wands. It is a heavy burden, and they're in danger of dropping some of those sticks. Is this where the line in the sand is going to be? They want more for themselves. This is the Four of Wands. This is the homecoming and the celebration card. How can they have fun if they're carrying everybody's load or they're carrying such a big load? So there is a decision here for Aries this week. Yep. New starts. They want more. They want more of the good stuff. Okay. They don't want to be work all the time. They'll be looking for emotional, nurturing support. Carrying their fair share of the load. They want something back for themselves. They also want time to, enjoy things in life. It's not all about work for Arians this week. They'll be making some decision and they'll be quite decisive in that. So let's have a look at Taurians, the bull. Okay, I'm always interested in Taurians because I have one of my children as a Taurus. I'm also interested in Virgo and Leo. I have 3 sons. So let's have a look at Taurians, the bull. They're an earth sign ruled by Venus. They can be a little bit temperamental too. Oops, we had something flip over. What are the general conditions for Taurians, Spirit? What are the general conditions for Taurians? Look, I think they'll be looking for, a little bit of lightheartedness. Things have been quite serious for them lately. They might be thinking twice about that being so temperamental. They might be saving their energy up and really looking for calmer waters because they understand that when the calmer waters are there, they have more chance of really enjoying the view, seeing to the horizon, feeling the wind in their face, enjoying the sailing experience, for example. All right, what are the general conditions for Taurians? Okay, we get a ship. We get a ship here. Okay, well, it's not actually a ship. It's the two of Wands. They will be looking further afield. They will be actually starting to think about what they can enjoy in life and how they can experience it. So they'll be taking themselves out of their head, for example, and their heart because they're very strong in their emotions, Taurians, very strong in their emotions. They'll be taking themselves away from any sort of negativity and looking to enjoying the experiences this week and having a look at the horizon, taking in all that life can offer. And here is the happiness card, really. It's the wish card. It's the miracles. So there could be something come forward for Taurians this week that is actually something they've always wished for. What a lovely card. Okay, so they take their focus off themselves and they can see that they're going to get something good. And the Knight of Pentacles, of course, is new offers coming forward. This can be a new job. This can be a raise. This can be a promotion. Something to do with their work, their study, anything that they're involved in. Quite passionately. Something new is coming forward for them. It's also going to be as a result of hard work. So this card came up in connection with something else I did this morning. And things that come to us, new things that come to us are often as a result of the hard work we've put in. So something new is coming to them, but for Taurians, but they've done the hard work in order to get it. Okay, so let's go to Gemini, the twins. Interesting, the twins. What are coming up for Gemini this week? What's coming up for Gemini? They'll be doing a lot of talking. Potentially they could be talking in public. They'll be called upon to step up in some way into some kind of public role. Okay. All right. It may be to, yeah, okay. I've got to be careful I don't move into Trump's energy. Let's just have a look. We'll let the cards do the talking here. Okay, so do the talking. All right, what are the general conditions for Geminis this week? What are the general conditions for Geminis? Geminis, what are the general conditions for Geminis this week? Okay, they're going to be seeing something for the first time almost. This is the Queen of Cups. So in this particular deck, and I do use different decks for a reason, because the artist's intuition comes through very strongly in each of the decks that I use. This is the Gilded Tarot, Cairo Marchetti's Gilded Tarot. And in this particular card, the Queen is actually being struck by lightning around, or she's not being struck by lightning. There is a lightning bolt coming from the sky, and it's landing around her at her eye level, of course in the sky behind her. So there is an aspect with this card that the Queen, who's really a stable person, is seeing something for the first time. So there could be some kind of revelation coming through for Geminis this week, and as a result it will enable them to make this new start. It's some kind of inspired start as well, because this is the card of inspiration and passion, and it potentially comes after some sort of loss. So there is new stuff coming up for Geminis. I did get the impression that they will be moving out into the public in some way as a result of something obviously new that's coming forward. It could be a new project that's coming into their purview, where they will need to step up, and actually, take on a more public role. It could come after some loss as well, because in some ways, whatever the bolt of lightning was, the jolt that they got, or that they may have got in the past or will get, it's actually quite serious, because the Eight of Cups is a card of loss and considering walking away. So really, new inspiration, to sum it up, is coming forward for Geminis this week, and it's a very timely inspiration that's coming forward. It will renew their passion, and really they're seeing something very clearly, and perhaps even why the mistake was made, or why they incurred a loss, and they'll be going forward with renewed inspiration this week. So for Cancer, the Crab, the water sign, ruled by the moon, instinctive, complex, cautious, but also very nurturing and protective and sensitive. Wonderful people, Cancerians, wonderful people. What do we need to know for Cancerians this week? What do we need to know for Cancerians this week? Okay, so I'm getting giving and receiving help. They're actually going to be needing some sort of assistance this week. They've given out a lot of assistance in the past. Now they need some help themselves. The King of Cups is nurturing and support. They'll be looking for this week. In some sort of situation, because they've been going it alone for too long. So this is a bit of a watershed week for Cancerians. They will be looking for help, and they've given out a lot in the past. It's particularly around nurturing and support, and it is around needing the support of others, needing the support of their family and their friends, because they feel quite alone in some way this week. So Cancerians may well be reaching out and asking for help in some matter this week. What's happening for Leo, the lion, fire sign, ruled by the sun? Of course, the sun has that happy, joyous energy. What's happening for Leos this week? What's happening for Leos? I still get responsibility for Leos. They'll be taking on some kind of responsibility, or acknowledging the responsibilities that they have to others. What's happening for Leos this week? Okay, so some sort of truth is coming forward for Leos. This is the Queen of Swords, someone quite stable, quite clarity clarity of mind and logic. So they will be doing this themselves. They will be thinking things through this week, and it could be issues around the home. So acknowledging some kind of truth, so that their home environment can be happier, because they are quite devoted to their home. And look, there is some anxiety for them this week, or because we're pulling the swords. I think it's around a home issue, or it could even be a job issue, some kind of close environment. Some kind of truth needs to be acknowledged. It has been the subject of a little bit of anxiety, but they'll work through it. They'll work through it with logic. They'll put two and two together. They'll use their reason, their strong minds, and potentially with the aim and the result of a happier home environment for them. So Virgo, the Virgin, an earth sign ruled by mercurial Mercury. What's coming up for Virgos this week? What's coming up for Virgo? I think they're going to be in for a surprise in some way. I don't know why I feel that they're going to be surprised, but it could be just that they see a situation for the first time, and it's almost like a light bulb moment here for Virgos this week. I'm smiling because I do have a couple of Virgos here around me, and usually Virgos are teaching others. They're very methodical and detailed, but maybe they're going to learn something themselves this week. So what's happening for Virgos? What's happening for Virgos this week? Oh, okay, well, let's have a look. We've got the Six of Wands, the victory card. Okay, so they're going to be winning this week. Maybe that's what's surprising them. Situations that have been complex, that may not have necessarily been going in their favour, they're actually going to win, and it's some kind of strength, and it could be that they see things from another point of view, which is why I got that surprise element. They may well be seeing or acknowledging some kind of strength in others, which actually allows them, I have to be careful to find the words here. It's almost like in seeing someone else's point of view, it allows them to have victory themselves. Okay, so it's not just getting victory on their own. They're getting victory by actually increasing their wisdom, if you like. This is an awareness happening here, and it is a victory here. And the Seven of Pentacles is the Harvest card. It could well be to do with financial resources, but also work. I'm seeing the Harvest card here. This is someone who's picking the harvest, and putting the work in. So I'm seeing that it could well be that working with others in some way leads to their victory. It is a light bulb moment for them this week, and it is a moment of strength for them as well, and somehow acknowledging the strength of others. So while they're very competent themselves, it's perhaps just understanding what other people bring to the table, and how that can lead to victory. It could be around a work situation. All right, so what's happening? I'll turn the page here so I don't leave everybody off, or leave anybody off, not everybody off, and we'll shuffle the cards so that we can move on to Libra, the scales of justice, or the scales of balance and justice. An air sign ruled by Venus. What's happening with Libra this week? What's happening for Librans this week? Okay. I think this is generally going to be a reasonably... I just got a light coming through, so I think it's actually going to be either some kind of illumination for Librans this week, but also happiness as well. They're going to be feeling quite happy with the way that things have been going in some way. It could be the illumination of what they've done to achieve their own happiness. So what's happening for Librans this week? Ooh, okay, the truth, the illumination of the truth. Oh, okay. The High Priestess, the power of their own spirit, their own consciousness, their own subconscious, really, to achieve the things that they have achieved. And look, it is a card of happiness. It's almost like the Six of Cups comes forward. It often takes us back to a happier time. You know, we have that feeling of nostalgia where we look to the past and we realise, you know, how good things were, and how happy that we were at that time, and we long for that time again. I think it's as I thought when I started this reading. I think that Librans will be looking back over the past, and seeing what they brought to the table, the power of their own will, their own emotions, their own spirit, their own unconscious, subconscious, the gifts that they've been given, and they'll be acknowledging the truth in some way. And this could also be an external process as well. It could be others are going to be acknowledging this. So they might, often we reflect on what, you know, our achievements after some kind of external compliment or external input. Either way, I think that the Librans will actually be looking at recognising some kind of truth, and there will be an illumination for them. There's also happiness in this week as a result of that illumination. Okay, so where are we? We're at Scorpio, the Scorpion water sign ruled by Mars. Okay, you know, that's where you get that really intense, powerful energy from, ruled by Mars. Let's have a look. Mars, the Scorpion water sign, but also that beautiful, I guess, gentleness as well, kindness, big-hearted Scorpio. All right, so what do we need? What are the general conditions coming up for Scorpio this week? The general conditions coming up for Scorpio this week. I'm just seeing the Sun card, so again, I'm feeling that there is some kind of happiness this week for them. I think that's the general vibe here for this week as well, but we'll ask, what is the general vibe coming up for Scorpio this week? Scorpio this week, general vibe. Okay, some kind of offer coming forward, okay? They could even be thinking of the future and financial resources, but this is a card of action. They might be putting something in place this week. And look, it's a judgment, so it's something that had to end, and they're going to be moving on from it as well. Lovely cards, actually. And we've got, you know, after a period of suspension, we've got the Hangman coming forward here. So what we've got here is something that has had to come to an end, or some kind of situation that they haven't been happy with. Some kind of newness is needed, new beginning has been needed, and they'll be putting that situation to bed this week. They might have just been sitting on it for a little while, making their, you know, as I said, everything is around divine timing here, and particularly with this card as well, because there's a patience aspect to this card. So I think that this week things will be starting to move forward for them. Something is freeing up, something is being let go, some sort of stalemate is moving, or impasse is moving on. There is a divine aspect to this movement forward. Something is changing this week for Scorpios. Okay, and I think they'll be quite happy about it. Let's have a look at Sagittarius, viewers. Sagittarius, what's happening for Sagittarius this week? I'm just going to pull the cards on Sagittarius because I am a Sagittarius, so it's very hard to use my my intuition on myself. Well, it isn't hard. I do that all the time, but I don't want it to overlay this reading. So let's just pull the cards on Sagittarius. What is coming up for Sagittarius this week? What is coming up for Sagittarius this week? Sagittarius this week. Oops, Sagittarius. Okay. Wish is granted. Okay, so also abundance, health. There will be a focus on health. I think, did I start that reading by saying that's what I was going to do this week? Certainly, Sagittarians will be, looking at things that they can change. Potentially, it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. This is a happy card, it's not a negative card. It can be miracles happening as well. So watch for, I'll just say this, watch for spirit being present in your life, Sagittarians, because sometimes that's what this can indicate. Miracles. Watch out for miracles. Okay. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is financial stability, financial resources. So I think it's important for Sagittarians this week to acknowledge that they do have everything they need. They do have the financial security. Everything is coming through in its own way, and I think there's a need to acknowledge that, to step back and acknowledge that. That you have everything that you need financially and in every other way at this particular time. Could also be a wish being granted as well. The Queen of Wands coming forward again, and this is around intuition, inspiration, and passion. So it could be you're going to get your wish and be able to follow your passions this week in some way, whether that be at work or in your home environment or other environment. There is certainly something coming forward here. It's something that you want. It's something that you've been seeking. It could also bring greater financial security for you. But I do feel there is a spiritual overlay to these cards as well. And I'm just hearing that we need to acknowledge that at all times we do have what we need, and we do have what we need for our highest good. And sometimes that need can even be making decisions. And so we have what the resources within us to make those decisions. But I'm getting also that, sometimes there needs to be action as well. So don't sit for too long pondering things. Don't return to the couch and take that decisive action this week. But it looks like there is something coming forward for Sagittarians this week, which will allow them to follow their passions. So good news there. So let's have a look at Capricorn, the goat. Okay, I'm smiling now when I get to Capricorn. I don't know why. Why am I smiling? It's a little bit of a smug smile. Are they going to get what they want as well? Something's coming through for them. They'll have a win this week. I actually do think Capricornians, they do have a lot of wins. And they have a lot of wins because of the who they are. They are a sign of entrepreneurship. They're also quite organised and efficient. And you often find them in business, and you often find them as managers. There's certainly some kind of win coming up for Capricornians this week. So what are the general conditions coming forward for Capricornians this week? I'm not talking about winning the lottery. I'm talking about more of a strategic win here. Okay, so what's coming up for Capricornians this week? Okay, we've got the King of Cups here coming forward. This is nurturing and healing. I'll just bring the laptop up here because I have to actually log in again. It's actually closed down, and I'm not sure if it's still recording. Hopefully it is. Anyway, let's move back on to Capricornians for this week. So the King of Cups is coming forward, and that is, they'll be in a position to do the nurturing and supporting here. I don't feel that this is something that they need. I think that they will be called upon to do that because there is some kind of situation that is, a tower can often bring forward endings, and I always say, well, in every ending there is a new beginning. So it's not something that is to be viewed negatively. It's actually something that to be viewed positively. And I guess when this does occur, if this does occur, they will actually be providing support to someone else. Interesting card. And the Page of Pentacles is money news coming forward. It could be that they are going to have some kind of financial breakthrough this week as a result of something that's occurred to someone else. So I do feel that it is a win for them, even though I see this Tower card. It's got a complexity. So something that is ending is actually going to bring forward something that's actually quite positive for Capricornians this week. It's almost as if it allows them, it frees them up to be the King of Cups in some way, to provide that support for others. Interesting cards. So some sort of money news coming through, potentially after something else has occurred, which allows them to support others. Okay, let's move to Aquarians, the water bearer, air sign ruled by Uranus. Okay, what's happening for the water bearers? What's happening for Aquarius? Okay, an air sign, Aquarians. What's happening for Aquarians this week? This week. Okay, we've got abundance. I got the phrase before I drew these cards that they may be doing their sums. It could be that they might be deciding on something that will yield for them this week. It could be travel, it could be taking a trip. I've felt this around Aquarians for a little bit now, for the last few weeks. We've got the Page of Swords. This is some kind of truth coming forward in relation to abundance or harvesting, okay, doing their sums. And we've got new beginnings, okay. So, all right, so these are very strong cards for Aquarians. It's indicating abundance. It's indicating some kind of truth will be revealed, which will allow them to have some kind of new start. I do feel that this is still the energy of the new year for Aquarians, and I have felt that. It's almost like they will be doing some planning and, as I said, doing their sums this week in order to perhaps take the new starts in some way this in 2019. But there is some kind of abundance here, so that they might find they have more than they thought they did. All right, Pisces, the fish, water sign ruled by Neptune. I'm always fascinated by Pisceans. The fact that they're ruled by the sea god, that watery, I guess, emotional nature that you kind of associate with the sea. Can be beautifully serene, the sea, but can also be quite forceful as well. What do we need to know for Pisceans this week? What's coming up for Pisceans this week? This week. Some might even be taking some short trips. Now we've got the loss card here. Potentially that could have been something that has occurred, because I think from memory this came up before for Pisceans. So this could be the energy that's lagging here, some kind of loss or sorrow, something that's upset them. And I am seeing that they are at the crossroads as a result of that. And this card is interesting. Because it's someone who has a blindfold on. They're going to have to make choices this week, and they're going to have to compromise. Maybe that's what's making them feel sad. But it's leading to new starts. Now, one of the images that I got before I pulled these cards was somebody looking out to a new landscape. So in some way, they're going to be making a new start. Is this changing a job? Is one position coming to an end and another one starting up? Is this changing a location? Something's coming to an end, they make a decision and they move forward in some way. Either way, this is one of the most positive cards in the pack, indicating new starts here after a period of potentially of sorrow, where they've had to make some kind of choice or compromise, definitely making a decision. So that's what's coming up for our sun signs this week. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't think I left anyone off. I certainly enjoy doing them, and I hope you do too, viewers. So there are our sun signs for this week. Have a great week. as I said, the general vibe this week is around doing what we need to do to make us happy. And I think if we orientate our thoughts that way, then we will be maybe surprised at what we see coming through from spirit, from the universal consciousness. So we need to open our eyes and look at what's around us this week. And I think also it engenders a really nice energy when we start to count our blessings, when we start to bring forward those feelings of gratitude. It's surprising when you do that, what then comes in, what you allow to come in. So happy manifesting is what I'm saying. I'll be doing some work this week myself in that regard, and I'm always interested in your comments. So if you have any experiences, I think I asked about crystals, and any sort of experiences that come forward to you this week or today, where you connect with spirit. I'd love to hear from them, and let's have a look at them. So thank you very much, viewers. All the best, and as I said, have a great week.